there, welcome to Studio Tour 2020. This is Jill Banks. I'm an impressionist oil painter, and my job is to capture life in oils. A lot of that is happening on location, and so part of this journey I'll be taking you out into the field and you get an idea of where my easel goes. So much is done on location again. This one that's back behind me is actually a studio painting. So I take all of these experiences of painting on location. I'm painting, actually there's a market one that you kind of get a glimpse of. That's from the same market in Aix-en-Provence where I went in 2019, that summer. And despite our tough beginnings and everything else, just recently I've traveled to Telluride, Colorado to compete in the 7th plein air competition there and painted in Annapolis. Just lots of different adventures that have just happened in the last month or two. So enjoy the ride, okay? Can't wait to have a conversation with you in person. You can find out about those opportunities for the Washington, D.C. area by subscribing to my website at jillbanks.com. Lots of good things there too. So I really encourage you to do that, as well as to look at what is in my shop. But I'll check back in with you, okay? So I'll go produce and sew together some of those different clips and see what's missing in the story. Thanks so much. Hi, this is Jill Banks. One of the big issues when you're painting plein air is just figuring out what to paint, what's special about you. The best way to do it is to start with a walk, and I have done this on so many different trips. And the walk in this case happens to be at Laura Nichols Farm, the home of Pigpen Pottery, another wonderful stop on the virtual studio tour. So, look in here. I will have plenty of noises. Look at these gorgeous guys and gals. Actually, do I see any guys? Perhaps not. Maybe there's some here. Well, we got the guineas talking. Got the tractor going. But look at how do you ever decide what you're going to paint around here? It's just too beautiful. But I'm going to do something. So I decided what to paint, and that was based on the weather report, because it was going to be pouring rain in a short little bit. So I set up where, I don't have that easel up there now, but I set up so that I could be right by the side of my car and take in this beautiful view. Now you're going to see it come together. The storm that was brewing actually ended up being brewed. So this was the view from the inside of my car. Just to prove that I picked wisely, this painting was painted inside the car, like leaning against my steering wheel. So good place to pick, right? Okay, so I'm back to work. Got out of my car, sun started to come out, and okay, it's not just because I took my Wheaties, I got fast motion going on. You probably figured that out. I'm painting puddles because that's the stage that it's at. And as you see, as I'm going through all these, the chickens that we saw at the beginning, they're all running around, and the sun's becoming a little brighter. I went through everything. So you had the rain, and I was almost trying to paint that through the windshield, and then it was misty. You could barely see anything when the sun did kind of clear. And there's going to be an aha moment. You see that? Okay, you see that in the background? See it coming into the painting? That is just the coolest. So I didn't videotape the second day. Instead, it was something that was kind of a slow motion day. Just putting in the glow in the leaves, watching Jenny, Laura's daughter, walk the goats. Beautiful day. Not that I'm suggesting that you put your paintings on a chair, but really wanted you to see a new day, all finished after 2 days. Just love the glow, the light coming through the trees. Those are the kinds of things that I was working on day 2. At the same time, just taking it all in, all the sounds. You got the guinea hens that walked in and onto the grass at the end of the day. And I did end up calling it a new day. Just I saw so many different changes and I just feel so positive. So that's the end of just this one. Check back for more. And then there's more. So right after painting in Great Falls, it took off for Telluride, Colorado on a 3-day there and 3-day back road trip. But for Telluride Plein Air, which I've participated in, now this was my 7th time, just had a most amazing time. This is me painting at the farmer's market. It's there, one of my favorite places. And then talking a little bit about watching the town wake up, which I did from my 3rd floor balcony. Okay, finally finished this one. I'm in Telluride, Colorado for the Telluride Plein Air. This is 24 by 36 and it's been a marathon. Just been adding in figures kind of all morning to the day. I added these 2 and then 3 over here. Those were the last ones that I put in there. But I think about the figures as flow and just the idea of the day taking place and the comings and goings and everybody waking up. It's a wild one. Sure been fun.
What?
I said I like that I could see it, not for this one, but for another. Music makers ended up going home with one of the music makers, which was a wonderful ending to that story. And off I went onto the rest of the streets of Telluride. This is Autumn Blooms, right from the main drag, one of the favorite parts of Telluride. It always ends up getting painted. And it is big. There's so many flowers, but wonderful to pull it together. It's Mountain Blooms. And in front, we would always display a number of paintings just to see if somebody wanted to take them home. The trip continued. So on the way home, it wasn't long enough, decided that I needed to paint for 2 days in Annapolis, and ended up turning in these 2 paintings. One included Autumn Waters. That was the first one that was on the dock. I did paint another one while I was painting this one because there was some activity on there's just this need for me to paint. I just love every moment of it, and it's just exploration, and hate to pass up some wonderful scene. So I love what I paint. Anyway, I hope you do too. All of those pieces go into shows. So whatever I paint, in Telluride, it was in the Telluride Plein Air. We put up booths. In this case, this was a pop-up that I did right outside of the Artist Atelier at 756 Walker Road in Great Falls, Virginia, in the Village Center. And people could come by and just enjoy the fresh air, beautiful, bright, sunny day, see the art in context. And this, no matter where you are, near or far, I hope that you'll reach out, see something that is of interest to you. You can find out its stories. I said they all have them. And see if something does connect with you. in other case, just want to see you and carry on the conversation. Thanks so much for visiting. Enjoy the rest of your Studio Tour 2020. See you next time.